If you clicked on this video, that means that there is something that you have been wanting to do for a while, but you are hesitant to pursue it. And I'm here to remind you to just do it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. I know it's been a little while since I made a video, but as you know on this channel, it isn't very scheduled based. It is kind of just whenever I feel ready to make a video, and so here I am. In today's video, I want to encourage you guys to pursue whatever it is that you have on your mind. You know, I think a lot of the times life is wasted because people don't want to dive into things that they are interested in, right? They don't, or sometimes maybe their family members discourage someone from doing certain things. Because of that, it makes us, you know, it creates all these blocks within us to not pursue these dreams, right? These goals or these aspirations that we might have, you know. And I want to come on here because I want to remind you guys that to just do it, right? To jump right into whatever it is that you have on your mind that you want to pursue, you know, whatever creative project that might be, whether it's music, sports, right? Content creation in general, right? I'm encouraging you guys to jump into it, you know, dive headfirst in, right? Because you will not regret it, right? What you will regret though is waiting 40 or 50 years and regretting not doing it when you had the chance to. You know, a lot of people, they die a lot earlier, you know, than they actually die physically on this planet. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of people, their aspirations die, and so in turn they're not living a fulfilled life, right? Their life isn't fulfilled because they aren't pursuing things that they want to do, right, in their life. And so I know that there's a lot of you out there that has something on your mind, you know, or has something that you've been thinking about doing or thinking about joining or thinking about being a part of, right? But you have been hesitant to do so because well, there's a couple things that go into why, right? One of which is that you might be afraid of what other people will think about you, right? But I have a news flash for you. You know, if you're concerned about whether people are going to judge you or not for joining said thing, people are going to judge you regardless. You know, that's kind of just the human condition in a way, right? The law of polarity, there has to be an equal and opposite reaction, right, to every action. And you know, and so naturally you are going to have people who are going to judge you, because the reason why people are actually judging you is because they probably judge themselves a lot. You know, there's probably something that they want to do, you know, that they're kind of holding off from doing, right? Or they might be, you know, it's all insecurity, right? That's what it's rooted into. And so you can't be absorbed with what other people are going to think of you, because people are going to judge you regardless of whether you're pursuing your dreams or not. You know, you might just not know about it, right? That's the difference. People who judge you for not doing what you want to do are people who you won't know about, right? They're not going to say it to your face, right? But people who judge you based off of what you want to do, it's because they don't want you to pursue it, right? Because they have insecurities about themselves, right? And so just do it, right? Another reason why a lot of people hold back from pursuing what it is that they want to do, or they have an idea or an interest or, you know, some type of fire that ignites within them, right, of starting something new. A lot of the times people are afraid of failure. You know, people are afraid of losing. But the good news is that we can actually take failure and reframe it. You know, a lot of people put a very negative connotation on failing, you know, and failure. But in reality, we need fails. You know, we need to fail in our life. You know, if we won all the time, there wouldn't be any room for learning. You know, we wouldn't be able to learn anything about said skill or said activity that we want to pursue, right? And, you know, and so when we change failure and loss to lessons, right, then that is when we can grow, and that is when we can learn to get better and learn to strive for greatness. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people are very concerned, and they're afraid of failing. Like I said, you know, failure is very beneficial to us, right? Because like I said before, it helps us grow, but it also allows us to realize maybe some of the things that we did wrong, right? So that we can learn to do them better. So once we change failure from the negative connotation that it has to a learning experience, right, or a lesson, I like to replace the letter L that means loss to lesson, you know. And once we are able to adapt that mindset, then it's a lot easier for us to gain confidence in these skills that we want to do, you know, and gain confidence in ourselves, because we know that it's okay to fail. You know, I think that's another important thing about failure is once you're able to accept failing, you know, once you're able to be okay with failing, you know, and it's not easy, right? In the moment, a lot of us don't want to fail, you know, it's uncomfortable, right? I recently had my first ever competition, and I lost, you know, it was one-on-one, and I lost, right? And I was very disappointed because I had very high expectations for myself. You know, I wanted to place gold, but I ended up losing my first match, and it you know, it made me disappointed. But looking back on that experience as a whole, it was very beneficial to me, because I understand that there's a lot more that I have to learn, and there's a lot more things that I can do in order for me to grow, right? And this is something that is very important when we want to jump into something, you know, being okay with losing. And it's going to be uncomfortable, like I said, but when we can be okay with it in the end, and when we can learn to embrace it, then that is ultimately when we are going to find success, you know, and we're going to reach that level of greatness that we desire, you know. And, you know, and so if you have something that is on your mind, or something that you want to pursue, just do it, right? You aren't going to regret it. You know, if anything, you won't like it, and you'll end up changing your mind about doing it, right? But if you try it, then you're at least able to get a sense of what it is that you want to do, right? The more and more things that we try out, the more and more we can narrow down our likes and dislikes for certain things, right? And that is the beautiful thing about life, is that we always have options to try. You know, there's always things for us to do, right? Fortunately for us, we're not living in medieval times, right, where there was a bunch of beheadings and a bunch of slaughterings, and there wasn't a lot of power that you have. Nowadays, there is power, right? The internet is power, right? Anybody can become successful with an online presence, right? With doing something that you enjoy doing. Well, it doesn't even have to be from the internet, but pursuing something that you really enjoy, you know, because the things that we pursue that we enjoy, we're naturally going to get better at. You know, things that we don't do, that we don't like doing, we're not really going to get better at, because we're not able to learn, right? We're not willing to learn because it's something that we don't like, so we don't necessarily want to do it. Right, this was the case for me in school, right? I was never someone who loved doing schoolwork, therefore I never got any better at it, right? I always sucked at school because it just wasn't for me, and I knew that at a very young age. And so yeah, and so if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video recommendations for your boy, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to DM me, if you have a personal message that you want to send me, you can DM me on Twitter or Instagram at NoahIsArc. It's going to be right here. And with all that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Just do it.